And today, fifth time from Denver, Colorado. Fantastic. So, I'm talking to you guys from Cape Town, from South Africa, and we're having these conversations throughout February until the 17th of February. And something really exciting happening on Valentine's Day. Not all of you know yet. Actually, most of you shouldn't know about this yet, and I'll tell you a little bit later. But these Love Lab live conversations are happening every day until the 17th for just 15 minutes. So you can stay here for the full time or both legs on the floor, kind of press onto your knees so that you feel grounded and supported by this beautiful floor and chair and wherever you are. And then we get to check in with our hearts. So we talk dating. Today we're going to talk about intimacy and why we shouldn't rush intimacy. And when I say intimacy, I don't just mean physical intimacy. And when I talk about not rushing intimacy, I'm certainly not speaking about morality here. In fact, none of the things that I speak about when it comes to dating has to do with whether it's right or wrong, right? Like if you've traveled long enough in this world that you know something that is right here could be wrong there, or if you've interacted with hundreds and thousands of people, what is right for me is not right for you, is completely wrong for the third person. So that is not from where we're speaking. We are talking from what works and what doesn't work. And in the same fashion, what works for me and what works for you could be entirely different. So intimacy feels amazing. Okay, so unless we're talking about trauma and at the point that it hits trauma or that it triggers a flashback, that's when things hurt. But if we're mapping territory that feels safe, it feels good. And it feels good because intimacy of all types hit a whole bunch of different hormones that are feel-good hormones. So before we even go there, I'd love to hear from you. Like, what are some types of intimacy that you can think of? You can I don't know, maybe kissing is intimacy. Like having sex with someone is intimacy. What else is intimacy? Because sometimes they're like, I really don't rush into intimacy. I really, avoid just jumping into bed with somebody. Maybe that's not even intimacy for you. Sharing, being vulnerable, that's intimacy. What we're doing here right now is intimacy. Deep communication, really listening. Yeah, so the more that I share, the deeper I go, I am creating rushing intimacy. So if we come on the first date and I tell you about some of the most traumatic things that I've gone through, like that is really big intimacy. And if we meet in that place, right? Because some people are like, wow, this is totally out of place. And they might not even step with you there. Somebody that is really secure would probably have concerns that you're being so open so soon, because it is a way of being intimate. Texting frequently is intimacy. Getting on the phone regularly with somebody is intimacy. Like allowing somebody into your home, into your space, all these things are intimacy. And so is there anything wrong with that? No, it's amazing. Showing who we truly are. How amazing is it? Like showing the whole of who we are. All of it is intimacy. And the more we show, the more that we reveal, the more that we share of body, of soul, of heart, the better it feels in some ways when we're met. So it feels good because we're releasing what hormones? We're certainly releasing oxytocin. which is the love hormone, the bonding hormone. If you hug someone, that's intimacy. If you hold someone's hand, that's intimacy. And so it feels amazing, right? And like if you get onto that recurring talking to the same person day after day, it's delicious because body is hitting oxytocin, body is hitting dopamine. It's like all these things that I want, that I am getting. The challenge when we go too fast, what is it? What is the problem? If it feels good, Eloa, if it's amazing, if we need it, we need these feel-good hormones. Why would we not just go for it? Any clues? Like, why would you refrain? And they're like, we could take this conversation so many different levels. Like, you could take it on. I've been studying Kabbalah teachings, and it's incredible to just think of like the different vessels and which what part of our beingness we are awakening when we just go for it, and when we refrain, when we take time. But basically, we don't want to rush because we want things to be consistent, in integrity, in alignment. We want them to last, right? It is, if this feeling is really good, if you're like, wow, I'm loving the intimacy, I'm loving the touch, I'm loving the sharing, I'm loving giving of who I am to this person, yes, you would want more of it. But more of it now doesn't mean that it's more of it in the long term. And I really want to distinguish doing these things from a tactic to pick someone up, or a tactic to lock someone into a relationship. Like, none of the refraining is for the other person. It is to honor the pace of our bodies. It is to honor the pace of who we are. So if I rush intimacy, and rushing for me could be completely different for you. It means that I lose my center. I lose my core. Like I'm leaning, it's like if I'm leaning too much forward before I get to integrate, right? So I lean forward, I integrate. I lean forward, I integrate. You could do this with your body. Like, how good? You lean forward and you integrate. You lean forward and you integrate. And then you lean forward, lean forward, lean forward, lean forward, lean forward. And now, like, it is not a very stabilizing position. And what it does is that it keeps us at the mercy of the other person, and it just doesn't put us in the right relationship. Does this resonate? So if I am overgiving, oversharing, jumping into this very quick attachment, it may feel amazing, but it's very fragile because things haven't had time to settle, and maybe it isn't even time, right? It is the intention to settle. So if you are fully and completely present and integrating and bringing the energy back to you, then you can keep leaning, right? So I could do this very fast. I could do this like this whole dance where I move forward and back into myself, forward and back into myself. I could do this slow, and I could do come back and integrate. So maybe you have a very fast integration system because you are so connected to yourself. Maybe you have a very fast integration system because you were tuned in. The challenge with going too fast is that we lose ourselves. We lose our center. Anybody, Are you the kind of person, we were talking about attaching too fast yesterday? It's very similar. Anybody here is like, okay, yeah, I do tend to lose myself in relationships. I do get panicked over some time. It feels like it moves too fast, and then I stall, the other person stalls. So we move at a pace that is not contained and integrated. It's like I want to give all of me to this other person, and I forget responsibility for me. I forget that ultimately I'm the person here standing. That it may feel incredible and delicious and amazing, but I'm the source of all of this. And I forget, if I don't bring back that I am the source. I am the source of the pleasure. I am the source of the connection. I am the vessel receiving all of it. And I am connected to something so much greater, to a flow of abundance so much greater than this individual with whom I'm sharing. Words, texts, love, kisses, whatever it may be. If I'm too intimate too soon, I'm likely being led by my emotions rather than intention. Likely investing heavily in someone I really don't know. So, yes. And it is not to say, let's not go for it. Let's not invest in people. Let's not give of our hearts, of ourselves. Let's not be authentic. Let's be it all. But let's be it all today, tomorrow, the day after, the day after, the day after, the day after. Because if tomorrow you're picking yourself up from the floor, if tomorrow you're in your bed crying, sobbing, desperately, devastated because you had sex with someone yesterday and they didn't message you anymore, or they pulled away, or because you were texting somebody so consistently and then they decided they didn't want anything. The pain is not really from what the person did or didn't do, or the changing pattern or behavior. Even the pain is you made this fragile connection, you gave it a place much bigger in your life than what it had earned. So we want to give what is earned, what is appropriate, what is right, not as in right or wrong, but what is the right relationship here? What is the right exchange here? Because sometimes, and this is the last little thought I'm going to leave you with for today, sometimes when we're giving, we're actually taking. Think about it again. Sometimes when we're giving of ourselves, of our attention, of our time, we're actually taking. We're doing that to manipulate, we're doing that to lock in, we're doing that out of a neediness, we're doing that out of something that we want to hold ourselves steady. And so that pacing, that slowness allow you to check your intentions, allow, just as you were saying, Jeremy, like it allows for you to check what is in alignment with me right now, that whatever action I'm giving, whatever of myself I'm giving, I am giving from a place of full alignment, of fullness, of integrity, of centered, that if you were to step away from this, I would feel I would feel the loss, but I'm still standing. And I'm just getting back into my dance practice. And it's the same if you dance, if you do a partner dance and you imagine, having your frame, keeping your frame, dancing with this person. If you are standing over your own 2 feet and you're in the frame with them and they step out of the frame, you'll feel it. And now you have the possibility of dancing alone. Now you have the possibility of dancing with another partner, but you're standing. If I'm dancing like this on top of somebody, right? And now they step out, I fall. So nothing wrong with falling, nothing wrong with stumbling, nothing wrong with messing up and making mistakes and learning from it. And sometimes that's when we learn our boundaries. That's when we learn our limits, let's say, right? Because boundary, you have a whole other idea and distinction for boundary and communication today, but that's when we learn our limits. So yeah, maybe sometimes you go over limit just to find out that was a little too much. That didn't feel good. That left me vulnerable at the mercy of falling on the floor, feet face first, if that person stepped out of the connection. So post in the chat or say it out loud to yourself, what is one thing that is clicking for you? Just so that you lock it in your body, right? And maybe it's a gesture. Maybe you're like, oh, this is what I'm taking in. Oh, I'm taking in to stand on my hip bones. I'm taking it in to stand over my 2 feet. What are you taking it in that you want to remember when we disappear from the screen, so that you can integrate in your body? And find a place in your body. Maybe you're typing. I gave you too many instructions. But maybe find a place in your body where that can live, where that knowledge can live, where that memory can live. Of what feels right, what feels good, what kind of intimacy, what kind of pacing feels right for you. That little check-in. I will be back with you guys tomorrow. I want to pause there because, again, I also don't want to give you a whole bunch of things that are hard to digest in a day that is already really full with things. Tomorrow, I'm back at exactly the same time, 18 minutes or so before this time for you. And on Valentine's Day, I'm doing something super special. Please go chat to me, send me a direct message, or go to my website and register for the Valentine's free event. It's going to be an interactive live event. We're going to be able to see everybody on the screen. We're going to play connection games, which is something that I do in 35 cities in the world. And it's going to be amazing to do this globally for the first time. So these are local intimate events so that you can really build community, build friendships, find your person right next to you. But this one for Valentine's, I thought, I don't want to leave anybody out. I don't want to have to split myself. I actually want to host something completely free as a gift. This work has brought me so much. And tomorrow, we're going to talk about swipe culture. Oh, don't we love it? And ending the addiction to instant validation. So all these things are really bringing it back to ourselves. Yes, we can badmouth the world. It doesn't do any good for the world or for us. But we could also look at, how am I participating in it? How am I adding to it? How could I show up differently? How could I heal a little bit of myself so that even if I step in these environments that are super activating, I can still keep my steadiness, my direction, my flow, my intention, and know where I'm going. Thank you so much for being here. It's always an honor to be with you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys on Valentine's Day. And yeah, chat soon. Thanks for the messages that you guys have been sending, for the donations. It's, every little bit of interaction is so, so precious. Bye. Oh, hearts, hearts, hearts. Hearts, hearts, hearts. Love them. Thank you. Thank you for being here.